everybody, it's Melanie. I just wanted to do a video today about one of the big appointments that I got to cancel. I know I mentioned this in some of the other videos, and that appointment was with a dermatologist. I had the worst rash skin condition that no one knew what it was. It started in April of 2021, and it was right after Easter. I remember waking up the day after Easter. My fingertips were covered in blisters underneath the skin. There were blisters at every joint. My back was covered in this crazy rash. I had blisters inside of my nose, in my ears. They were just the worst, painful, crusty blisters you've ever seen. Except for the things on my hands and my fingers. That was underneath the skin. Very painful. Yeah, so that was really scary. So what do? I call my general practitioner and I tell her what's going on. And I go in and she says, "Oh, well, you've got hand, foot, and mouth disease. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. It'll just clear up on its own." And I was like, hand, foot, and mouth disease? That's something little kids get. She's like, well, do any of your children have it right now? Maybe they picked it up from preschool or daycare. No, neither of my kids have it. And I would think they would have it if I'm around them all the time, like I am. She said, no, you don't need to do anything. Don't even worry about it. It's going to go away. Well, I just felt so good because I thought, oh, good, I don't have to do anything. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just a virus. Yeah, it wasn't that. So I go home and it gets worse. It just gets way worse. So I call the doctor again and I say, hey, this isn't getting better. Okay, well, why don't you come on in and we are going to do a full panel of blood work and see if it's something autoimmune. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and give you an antifungal because this looks fungal to me. And this is without any scrapings or anything. They just threw that at me. Oh, please just be something fungal. Please just be ringworm. I was hoping for that because then that would at least be an answer. But stick with me. I'm going to get to the cure of what this was and how I cured this. Anyway, so I do the antifungal, does nothing. Do it again, take diflucan again for the second time, nothing. No relief. She finally says, you're going to have to go to a dermatologist and they're going to have to do a biopsy. So that's what I do. While I'm waiting for the biopsy to come back, I'm given a prescription for a steroid cream, which is topical. I'm given an oral antacid to stop itching. I think it was Prevacid or something like that. And I'm given Zyrtec to stop the itching. I asked the dermatologist, could this possibly be something I'm eating? And she looked at me, not only like no, but like hell no. Like, you're nuts for even asking that. And I thought, well, this is new. This isn't something I've never had this before. How could this just happen? She told me to wear lots of sunscreen, which I'm not out in the sun anyway, but whatever. And just, continue using these meds and we'll just see what the biopsy says. So, while I'm waiting for this biopsy to come back, I decided to do a little experiment and I cut out all dairy, all nuts, all pork. Okay. And I did a little combo of these like I'd cut out dairy and nuts but no pork, and then I'd have another breakout, or I'd do it in a weird combinations. But finally, I figured it out. It was those 3 specific things for me. No dairy, no nuts, no pork. She calls me, the dermatologist calls me and says, I have your results back from your biopsy. And don't be scared, but you have a form of lupus. And it's called tumid lupus. Tumid, lupus. It is a form of lupus that only affects the skin. And it sounds really scary, but you know what it really is? It's just a crazy reaction your body's having from the shit food you're eating. So I stopped doing the dairy, I stopped doing the nuts, I stopped eating a bag full of pistachios every day because they were low carb. I was like, oh, I'm fine, I stopped all pork products. I was cured. Rashes gone, dries up, blisters gone, nothing on my hands, nothing in my ears, nothing in my nose, gone. And I knew all along, my gut told me, it's what you're eating. And I was right. I'm just telling everybody out there, like, if your gut says something, you need to go with it, no matter what it is. Even if it's something crazy like, I think I'm eating the wrong thing and my body doesn't agree with it. But what I want to tell people out there is, I don't know if this is going to work for you, but I would at least give it a shot if you do have tumid lupus or any sort of dermatological issue. I know eczema and psoriasis and acne clear up almost 100% when you cut out dairy and grains and seed oils, things like that, and you go carnivore, mostly carnivore or ketovore, which is what I do. And I had to get it way down to where I'm not doing nuts either for a snack. I just can't do it. My body can't handle it. And it was coming out of me in that form, in the form of tumid lupus, which is these crazy rashes and bumps and itchies and, oh gosh, the itch. I tell you, it would drive you insane. Anyway, I got to cancel that appointment, and that was awesome because not only was that going to take up like half of my day, and all they were going to do is give me more medicine. Just, who knows? She didn't know what it was. I mean, she told me it was tumid lupus, but there's nothing to say, oh yeah, it's your diet. Like I said, I had mentioned, could it be something I'm eating? And she looked at me like I had 2 heads. Which, by the way, you will get that from a lot of medical professionals. They will think you're insane. Anyway, yeah, I cured my tumid lupus by controlling my diet and getting it down to a very strict carnivore diet, basically. Okay, so yeah. That's the second appointment that I had canceled, and I will talk about the other one in the next video. Take care.